The film's story begins and we see a girl named Harper. Harper was looking very upset at this time, because she is a victim of profound trauma. Following the apparent suicide of her husband James, Harper decides to spend a holiday alone in the village of Cotson, Hertfordshire. Flashbacks reveal that Harper, tired of James's emotional abuse and manipulation, intended to divorce him, leading James to threaten her with his suicide. After James punched Harper in the face, he immediately attempted to apologize, but Harper angrily locked him out of the flat. She then witnessed him fall from an upstairs balcony to his death, being partially impaled by a fence. Here Harper considers herself responsible for her husband's death, and because of this, she is not able to get out of all these things. Although she wants to forget everything and move on, but she was not able to do so. So to forget all this, she rented a house which was in a village. But this village is built in the countryside, and this village is very beautiful. As soon as Harper enters the house, she sees a very big apple tree in the garden of that house. She immediately plucked an apple from there and started eating it. After that, she went inside the house and met Jeffrey, who is actually the owner of this house. Here there is some normal talk between them. But apart from the normal talk, Jeffrey was also talking about very strange things here. But Harper was not able to understand those things. After a while, Jeffrey leaves from there. Harper video calls her best friend. She tells her about her new house and also shows her this house. When Harper turns off the phone, she keeps thinking about her husband for a long time. Harper later goes for a walk. Now while walking she comes to the woods. But she was not afraid here. In fact, she was feeling very good here. Then after a while, it starts raining here. Due to this, the weather becomes beautiful and the surrounding scenery too. And Harper is enjoying all this a lot. While walking like this, Harper reaches a disused railway tunnel. But when she goes inside that tunnel, she starts getting strange peace there. Then as soon as she makes a sound here, then her voice starts echoing there. That is, her voice used to come back by colliding with the walls of the tunnel. And because of this echo used to arise. And then later this voice gradually becomes soft. After coming here, Harper was feeling very good. She was very happy here. But then she looks at the other end of the tunnel, where a man is sitting, which was looking very strange. And now as soon as she sees, that man gets up and starts running towards her. Harper gets very scared and she immediately comes out of the tunnel. After coming out, she starts running toward the woods. But going ahead, she forgets the way. She does not even remember where she came from and where she has to go now. Now while running, she reaches another tunnel. But this tunnel was not open, but it was closed. Because of this, Harper takes another path. Many old houses also come on her way, where no one used to live and it was abandoned. She reaches an open field. Now because the weather was very beautiful, she turns back to photograph the landscape on her phone, and notices a naked man standing in the distance while eerily watching her. Harper gets very scared and immediately starts running away from there. Then somehow she finds the right way and reaches her house. The next day, she calls her friend Riley again. And whatever happened to her in the woods, she also tells her. Harper spots the same naked man in the front garden, his face covered with bloody scratches, further disturbing her. Then seeing this, Harper turns off the phone and immediately goes to close the door, realizing that the front door is slightly open. Harper is very nervous, but still, she goes ahead with courage. Harper quickly shuts and locks it. But that naked man was standing outside the house, and he sticks his hand through the mail slot and starts trying to open that door. Now seeing this, Harper calls the police. Then after a while, the police come there and arrested that man. Then the police take that man with them. After this, we are shown the scene the next morning. Harper visits a church, and she sees a stone there, where images of the Green Man and Sheila na gig are carved on a font. And strange sounds are also coming from it. Now sitting here in this church, Harper cries a lot. Then after some time, she comes out of the church and starts going home. She meets a young boy who was wearing a mask. Here that boy starts talking to Harper in a very strange way. He asks her to play hide and seek, but Harper clearly refuses to do so. That I will not play any games with you. Then after a while, a vicar comes there. As soon as he comes there, he sends that boy from there. After the boy leaves, Harper discusses James's death with the vicar, who suggests that she is partially responsible for James's death, because she did not allow him to apologize. Hearing this, Harper is quite surprised, and gets very angry with the vicar. That's why she leaves from there. At night, Harper goes to a local pub, where she meets Jeffrey again, the owner of the house. Then they start talking here. His policeman look-alike arrives shortly afterward, informing Harper that the naked man has been released, in the absence of any legal ground to keep him detained, to her chagrin. Now after hearing this, Harper gets so angry and worried that she comes out of there very angry at that police officer. On the way home, she feels as if someone is following her. And this was also true, because a naked man was following her. Now because of this, Harper is so nervous. To reach home quickly, she starts running from there. As soon as she reaches home, she calls her friend again. She also tells her about all this. She offers to drive to the village in the morning to accompany Harper for the rest of her holiday. While Harper was telling her address, suddenly the phone turns off. Then Harper calls her friend again, and again tries to tell her the address. But this time also the phone turns off. Then Harper sent the location through a message, where the reply to this message came very strange. The reply was that I already know where you are. But now, before Harper could understand anything, outside the window, she sees the police officer standing outside. Then immediately Harper comes out of the house to the police officer and asks him, "What are you doing here?" But then suddenly the lights start flickering, and as soon as the police officer disappears from there, lots of apples start falling from the apple tree. Now because of this situation, Harper is very scared. But then suddenly one of the pub's patrons then appears and chases Harper, who retreats into the house. Later, she sees that someone has broken the window of the house, and now the same man started running from the other side of the house. In fear, Harper also picks up the knife to face him. But then suddenly someone started knocking on the main door of the house. She got scared and started shouting and saying, "Whoever you are, if you come inside, I will kill you." But then suddenly the door opens and Jeffrey comes inside. So because of this, Harper did not attack him, and she stopped. Jeffrey says, "I heard your scream. So, I immediately ran and came here. Tell me what happened to you. Are you okay?" Harper tells him that someone breaks the window and enter the house. Then Jeffrey goes and checks the window, which was really broken. But there was also a crow lying nearby. Now seeing this, Jeffrey comes out of the house and starts checking. But there was no one there. Suddenly the lights start flickering again. And this time, Jeffrey disappears as soon as she sees him. And now the same naked man emerges in front of Harper, who is lying behind her from the beginning. Now that man blew a few leaves of the flower in the air. Suddenly Harper's condition started getting very strange. Looking at her, it seemed as if someone had taken control of her. After this, Harper goes inside the house and closes the door. Then the man again put his hand inside and called Harper. When she touches his hand, that man grabs her and starts pulling her hand. Harper gets scared and puts that knife in her arm, which Harper had kept with her. Now, for this reason, that man tries a lot to take his hand out. But his hand did not come out and was cut into 2 parts. And now, Harper feels that maybe she is safe. Harper immediately goes to the kitchen where she finds that boy in front of her, who was telling her to play hide and seek. Here this boy again tells Harper to come and play a game. Now the thing to notice here is that this boy's hand also had a cut precisely like that of that strange man. Coming to the door, Harper tells the boy that it would be better for him to go away from here. "Otherwise, I will kill you." Then the boy says, "No, you can't do that." Saying this, he came to Harper. But now because Harper does not have any other option, so for this reason she gets ready to play hide and seek with the boy. Harper closes the door and starts counting to 10. When she says 10 and turns around, then the pub's patrons appear in front of her. And now the man starts moving towards Harper. Harper gets very scared and goes to the other room. Then Vicar enters from that door. The vicar's hand was also cut exactly like that of that naked man and boy. When the vicar attempts to rape Harper, she stabs him in the stomach and escapes the house. Then Harper sits in the car. While attempting to drive away, Harper accidentally runs over Jeffrey. Jeffrey comes close to the car, pulls Harper out of the car, and starts pulling her. Then he throws Harper there and starts the car and leaves from there. Harper gets up and starts walking ahead. But then Harper sees that Jeffrey is coming towards her while driving a fast car. Harper got scared and started running from there. Then she reaches home by saving her life with great difficulty. But Jeffrey could not control the car and crashed into a stone wall. We see Harper lying in the garden in a wounded condition. The naked man, now in full green man form, approaches Harper. His ankle was severely broken and matches another injury on James's corpse. And the shocking thing here is that he was going to have a baby. The naked man gives birth to the young boy. Because this thing was very strange, Harper woke up seeing this. And the more surprising thing was that the boy was also going to have a baby. So now the boy gives birth to the vicar. Seeing this, Harper gets very scared and immediately comes inside the house. But now the vicar also starts moving towards Harper. Now here the vicar was also going to have a baby. So now the vicar gives birth to Jeffrey. Harper was not able to understand anything that was happening here. She was just surprised. She had lost her mind. Now Jeffrey gives birth to James. This thing was going to blow her mind. Both Harper and James sit on a sofa inside the house. When Harper asks him what he wants from her, James responds that he wants her love. Now, this scene gets cut here. And in the next scene, we see Harper sitting outside the house, where Riley, who is pregnant, arrives at the house. She follows a blood trail and finds Harper, who smiles when she sees her. Here you will be confused at what was going on in the movie till now. So now we are told the plot of this movie here. Actually, in this movie, they tried to explain a dark reality. And that is that all men are the same. Of course, the situation changes. Time changes. But all the men are the same. They get angry, shouting, and torturing women. And in the movie, the meaning of having birth, again and again, was that if a man gives birth to a child, then the children are also the same. Like in the movie, all the men who were born were also angry and cruel. Someone was scaring Harper, and someone was misbehaving with her. This way Harper felt the fear of all of them. And then when Jeffrey gave birth to James, and when Harper asked him, "What do you want?" then we understood everything from the answer of her husband. Because James was also a very angry and cruel man. He used to consider Harper as his property. That's why he told Harper that "I only want you in your love." And now the surprising thing here is that all the male characters in the movie are played by the same man. And that is James. That is Jeffrey, vicar, that naked man and that boy were all the same. James just tried to scare Harper into different groups. And all these different men were visible to Harper, because he possessed her. And later the fear of Harper was brought in front of her. And Harper was possessed when she ate an apple. And as soon as she was possessed, she began to see her fear in front of her. This movie ends with thrilling suspense.